What's going on, guys? I got a quick spoiler warning for you. If you haven't seen Avatar: The Way of Water, there will be light spoilers in this video, so go ahead and see the movie, come on back to the video, and let's talk about this. Avatar came out in 2009. That's 13 years ago. I can't believe the first one came out when I was a dweeby Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing 16-year-old in high school. It just feels like so long ago. That's damn near a decade and a half. A decade and a half since we were on this beautiful planet with blue people and beautiful creatures and scenery. Those visuals and VFX transcend you into another world, a realm outside of reality. And it made you feel like an avatar yourself. But the story? I was a little weary about the sequel because I thought the first one was just okay. I know, just okay. I mean, those visuals are breathtaking, but unfortunately the story and script didn't back it up, and that really hurt it for me. Terminator 2 was something beyond Terminator 1, a sequel that accomplished what sequels should, being better than the original. That's what sequels should be, right? It's very rare that they reach this kind of magic, and Avatar 2 manages to pull that off. I did think it was a little bit better than the first one, but does the sequel make up for all the mistakes the original made, in my opinion, of course? On the story? On the script? Well, this is just one man's opinion, but I'm going to dive into all of that and more. First, let me answer why it's far from perfect. Wait, hold on. You're gonna have to stick around through the video to figure that out. Avatar 2 takes place more than a decade after the first film. Jake Sully has a family with Neytiri now. 2 sons, Natayam and Loak, a daughter, Took, an adopted daughter, Kiri, and a human boy named Spider, who is the son of Colonel Quaritch from the first film. Oh yeah, he's back too, and he's cloned as a Na'vi and has memories copied into his clone. What? Crazy, right? After Quaritch kidnapped Spider, Jake and his family banished themselves to a new tribe, Amatakaya, where they must learn the ways of the Water Tribe. Water Tribe. Jake Sully has become a military-style father who's hard on his sons and has high expectations of them. Natayam, Jake and Neytiri's first son, is a skilled warrior and will do anything to protect his younger brother and always goes along with his curiosity and antics. Loak, my favorite character from the film, is Jake and Neytiri's second son, who Jake is most hard on. This character had a great arc throughout the movie where he feels like the black sheep, the outcast, who grows to befriend one of the sea creatures who is also an outcast. Then you got Kiri, who is born from Dr. Grace Augustine's Na'vi avatar, and this is a mystery that we're exploring throughout the film. The kids, having Jake as a father, have 5 fingers and are somewhat ostracized by some of their peers because of it. That's why Loak befriends the sea creature so easily, because he's also an outcast. And listen, the film is 3 hours, y'all, so it's got a chunky runtime, let me tell ya. But when movies like Endgame and right around the corner Babylon started to become more and more common for movies to have close to or over a 3-hour runtime. This movie is a visual extraordinary. I mean, beautiful. The stunning underwater visuals make you feel like you're on Pandora and really transcend you into this world. The Na'vi, the sea creatures, the beautiful visuals are easily some of the best VFX you're going to see in the next few years. Honestly, it's some of the best I've seen in my life. I think they are grandiose, they're beautiful, they're colorful, they really suck you in. Heading to the new tribe gives us a sense of something new, something fresh, which is what a sequel should introduce. And although longer, I think the story in the sequel is definitely more interesting. With newcomers and Jake's children, Loak is a character I really relate to. Being in the geek culture for most of my life, a lot of my family wasn't really into that. So I get the black sheep-like personality that he harbored, and the theme of family and the importance of it as a shining light in the movie. It also explores what we do to sea creatures and why it's wrong and cruel, and what we do to the environment. The third act brings the movie to this grandiose, bigger scale where it's large in action and it's a lot more deep in plot. I really enjoy that third act a lot. I think that it really elevated the film and made the film a lot more plausible to me. Cameron knows how to make action, and this is fucking awesome. So with the movie so explorative and colorful, lush, visually pleasing with a great third act, what could be so wrong with it? I mean, it's been 14 years since the first. What could really be wrong? Why is it far from perfect? Well, those rich characters and their backstory that I described don't get the fleshing out that they deserve. Loak and his feelings of being a black sheep of the family don't even never arrives until at least a good portion into the movie. I'm talking maybe even an hour. This was the character I wanted most of, and it feels like he gets shafted a little because of so many other characters that need fleshing out. And unfortunately, that character says something to his brother that I never even picked up on in the beginning until it gets to that point, and he has a conversation with his brother and faces him and says, "You're the perfect son. You're what dad wants." And it wasn't that exact quote, but I didn't get this theme of the brothers having a difference in their father until later on in the movie. Kiri's backstory is also so interesting. How exactly was she born from Augustine's avatar? Who was her father? These questions, I'm sure, will be answered in the sequels, but it feels like such a big tease here. Zoe Saldana is a phenomenal actress. She's great as Gamora and mind-blowing in the Netflix series From Scratch. She's criminally, and I mean criminally, underused here. She's barely in any scenes, but when she is, she really elevates things. She knows how to deliver. She's got great emotional charisma. But speaking of underused, Sam Worthington is underused as well, whose Jake I thought felt pretty stale in the first movie, and here he also feels stale. He feels like a background character in his own movie. It really shifts perspective to the kids in this new movie, and also to the villain, but also back to Jake and Neytiri, but also to Kiri's backstory. See where I'm going here? There feels like too many stories to tell, and all of them suffer because of this. None of them really get the fleshing out that they deserve. Jake Sully feels like a mean dad. The movie has so many similar beats from the first movie. With Quaritch coming back, it just feels like a little rinse and repeat, same villain, same fish out of water story. It's just a lot. And the character of Spider, I'm sorry, this man could have been yeeted right out of the movie. Sorry, Jack Champion, you really tried, but every time it bounced back to his story, just felt like the movie came to a screeching halt. The middle of the movie goes with the fish out of water beat again, where we learn a new culture, new customs, but boy, does it drag on for a little too long. And with Jake being the main character's franchise, it's odd how much he feels like a side character in these movies. These are all issues I have with the first film that are repeated here. So really, Avatar 2 is a good film with amazing visuals, with a lot to offer, with rich themes that I just think unfortunately is drugged down again by its story. The middle act really drags, and I just feel like these characters are under fleshed out. I know we've got more sequels, I get it, but I wanted some more from Loak. I wanted some more from Kiri here. I wanted more from those interesting characters. And Jake, I wanted a little more development in. It just feels like the development wasn't really there. I feel like he learns a valuable lesson by the end of the film that he maybe should have already learned. I don't know. You guys gotta let me know down in the comments how you felt about Avatar 2. Am I just crazy? Am I just blabbing right now? You let me know down in the comments. Did you love it? Because I know a lot of my friends loved it, and I'm so happy you guys did. But I just thought it was not perfect. I did like it. I thought it was good, just not perfect. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Come on back for more reviews, reactions, and more. And guys, we'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.